What's going on, everybody? Class back in session. Welcome back to Runeterra Academy Sophomore Saturdays, baby. Tonight, we have the one and only Legion Gaming going up against Ragnarok Esports. And per usual, I'm joined here by the one and only TDS. How you feeling tonight, man?
I don't have words, honestly. I was trying to think of something, get a little bit, I don't know, maybe smart, something quite nice, but I have nothing. So yeah, let's get to the games instead because I'm kind of lost today. So hopefully we have some good games that can hide that.
Yeah, I feel it's good, man. The play-by-play, I have to be the quippy one, so it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that being said, though, right, we do have Elysian Gaming and Ragnarok Esports, two teams that are still fairly close when it comes to kind of the standings, right? So it's not a huge kind of I didn't want to say diff or gap, but
Yeah.
that's the only thing that works, right? It's not a big standing gap this time around, so it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams are actually going to play around each other.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, especially when we're kind of close to playoffs. If I'm not
Hmm.
wrong, we go to week 7. So the standings are shaping much more or less through what we kind of expected going into the season. We
Yeah.
have teams that are already kind of located towards playoffs, kind of should be already locked in, and we have teams that are trying to get towards that playoffs spot. This game, even though the difference is not that important, and if Legion is able to secure a win, that can actually allow them to try and play towards that playoff spot. And Ragnarok wants to instead secure it. So this match is going to be interesting in terms of just playoff implication,
Yeah.
and also to see potentially what we may get when we are already in playoffs from any of these teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, God, I'm just looking at the chat right now. People are definitely already getting hyped, especially maybe
Yeah.
seeing a bit of a battle of the ADCs here. A lot of Bui's number one in the chat. That's okay. They're setting up expectations right now for Bui's here
Yeah,
on
we need to see
Ragnarok.
it.
So
We need to
I
see
want to
it.
see him perform now. It's like y'all hyping him up. I better see something. But we
Yeah.
are still waiting on them to get in the draft at the moment. That being said, though, just looking at the meta itself right now, anything you hope to see kind of come out tonight, or you just looking to be
Hmm.
surprised?
Well, Renata should be. if I'm not wrong, should be available to play
Oh,
tonight.
it's
So
true.
we may get some Renata. Maybe some teams have played around it. One thing we need to know is that Renata and Xinjiao have an interaction between them that doesn't allow for them to be on the same team. It was just announced today by Red
Oh,
that the
damn.
bug will not allow for them to be in the same team or pick together. But
Mm.
you can pick them separately anyway. So I hope that we get something like Renata. It would be interesting. I've been looking at what we may get in other positions. Particularly, I think that mid lane with the Ari becoming much more prevalent will be something interesting, especially because I love Ari. I love watching Ari getting played. It's actually fun that she actually is a champion now, not like she was previously. So
Mm.
I'm excited to see what does the match bring, and hopefully an Ari win, if I'm honest.
Yeah, no, absolutely right. I'm hoping to see. Just prediction wise, do we think it's going to be more of a 2-1 kind of split, or are we going to see a 2-0
Hmm.
stomp this time around? How you feel?
With how close it is on the standings, I
Mhm.
would say it's going to be a 2-1. But the standings, even though it's close in terms of match wins, I feel like it depends quite a lot on who got on who you get the wins, right? Because
Mhm.
if you get, let's say, 2-0 victories from the two bottom teams, it doesn't really feel that impactful. Whereas if you win against maybe one of the top three and then you win against one of the bottom two, then that actually becomes quite telling that your ability is not necessarily described by your current standing. So I'm not
Mm.
100% sure or sold on the fact that we may get a 2-1. I feel like maybe it's inclining more into Ragnarok being the favorite
Ooh.
and possibly even taking it 2-0 tonight.
Okay, okay, possibly a 2-0 coming up right around
Yep.
now. This man has been known to actually predict quite a lot here. So I mean, who am I to go against what the Lord TDS predicts? So I'm gonna just follow suit with that. But yeah, anything's possible though, at the end of the day, right? We
Yeah.
won't know until we get into it. I was hoping I could segue that into the draft, but they're still not ready, man. They are just wasting my time. Come
If
on, we're trying to see some action. We're
w-
trying to see something go down.
Yeah, it seems that we're waiting for Legion, so just bear with us for now. We
Yeah.
should be getting close to the game soon enough, but right now you can just watch at our beautiful faces, get an idea of the game that is coming through, and potentially just get excited. We're getting or we're already getting banter in the chat, so why not get even more? It's fine.
Yeah, for real. I mean, already some 2-0 Ragnarok Top Gap wins games coming out in the chat.
Yeah,
Okay, people are really okay.
yeah.
This is more of a
We
hostile chat than we've had in the last couple of weeks.
I feel like it's been more tamed, but when you get a matchup kind of like this, you
Mm,
do begin seeing people going a little bit more uh, at it, getting ready to just bite back in a
yeah.
sense.
They are off the leash tonight. Hey, I'm all for it. It's recess right now, so it's all good.
Yep,
Gotta get that energy out there as we're still waiting for him.
someone has to be kicking someone else. That's the law of the
That's
playground.
the rule exactly. Rather be kicking than be the one that gets kicked. That's all there
Yeah,
is to it.
exactly.
Oh my god, yeah. So we are still waiting
Just
on
in
that
case
one.
we don't condone any action that involves violence in this stream. Anything we're
Exactly.
saying does not imply we allow for violence. Just in
Yeah.
case.
Don't come back to us if you get hurt. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Legally, we're obliged to tell you that.
Yeah, we don't take any responsibility. You may win, but we don't take any responsibility about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god. We're fine. Okay, we're getting ours
Yeah,
in the chat. This is big, boys, and I
nice.
think we have began indeed. So, yeah, we have started. So we're gonna throw it on over to the
Ooh.
pick adventure. We're already there. Actually, I didn't even realize that. Look at that. Our fraud is just 2 steps ahead of me. So we are in this thing already. And the first band coming out will, in fact, be the Volibear, followed by the Trundle. Okay, just some strong jungle prioritization coming out already.
Yeah, and I feel like the jungle is one of the I don't want to say roles that have been discovered or read out already kind of
Mhm.
are more defined in the meta if I'm honest, like
Yeah.
the Xinjiaos, the Lee Sins, Trondo being part of their Hecarim, Bolivar are kind of the champions that I've seen the most, Diana becoming prevalent once again, but
Mhm.
after that there's kind of a hole that needs to be filled in terms of jungling, so that's why we see sometimes much more prioritization towards the jungle, because if you play a lot of the meta junglers and you get banned out, that may just affect completely whatever your plan is. So I can kind of understand why we're looking a lot into the jungle bans. The Jim ban as well, one of the 80 carries that do quite well by himself and provide a lot of support for much more damage oriented top sides. So it's not a surprise that we see it getting banned. The biggest surprise to me is the Tarek ban. It's not a champion that we see a lot. It's a champion that takes quite a bit of practice, and that if you are capable of playing it, it's a ban that you actually have to take into consideration, because a good Taric player can change quite a lot of what happens in a game, especially late stage.
Yeah, so that ultimate that comes out can be
Yep.
absolutely huge if implemented correctly. That being said, with the last ban coming out from Ragnarok, really taking their time here. We did, like we were saying, right? We did see that Jin ban coming out, so also a little bit ADC focused. They're really going all across the map, but Ragnarok is like, nah, we need to get these junglers out of here, get them off the board,
Yeah.
and so they take Hecarim away as well. But now we get into the pick phase, so now hopefully we get to kind of see, tried and true, trusted, right? The Jinx coming out, they are hovering, so I'm not gonna definitively say it yet. I'm not getting baited again. I've been baited way too many times on the stream.
Yeah, you just need to wait for the 10 seconds until it can finally get
Yeah.
locked in. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it is actually going to be the Jinx, but those
Okay.
hovers kind of scared me. Yeah, the last second hovers just to scare the both of us. But the Jinx, best pick in the AD carry position to me. I think that she's the strongest AD carry right now, and it's not surprising that she's taken in the first pick of Bullseye. But to answer with the Diana, I think smart. One thing that you want to play against a Jinx is having something that can destroy her. Hecarim is a great option. Diana is a great option. You can go as well for something like maybe the Vex or the Yari that can try and get on top of her quickly and kill her. So I think that that's going to be the plan around for Ragnarok Esports this game.
Well,
Ooh, an
absolutely.
Ashe.
And also the Ashe is going to be huge, especially with that crystal arrow, right? Being able to lock down Jinx if you can fire it correctly and hit your mark. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see. And I mean, overall, we see these ADCs getting picked out already. Or, hey, who knows? Maybe even Ashe support. You never know. We'll have to wait and
Do
see.
you imagine we get it? It would
It'll be
be
interesting to see.
Yeah, it would be quite funny. I don't expect it. I would be surprised if we actually end up getting it, but I like the Ashe pick. You have the control over the lane. You have the Ashe hawk shot to try and get vision over the jungle and get a lot of control over certain spots in the map. And you have the immediate engage ultimate that not a lot of champions do have, so I feel like you have a lot of value with that ultimate. As an answer to Jarvan fourth, not a champion that we typically see going against the Diana. I feel like you want to have something like the Xinjiao maybe that has disengage potential, but Jarvan going to be essentially trying to get in, lock someone down, and against the Ashe that doesn't have quite a lot of mobility can end up being quite useful.
Yeah, absolutely. The Thresh coming out as well. I mean, understandably so, right? Kind of a more hard engaged support here being picked out with the Jinx is what I really want to get in there. Want to get snowballing early off with Jinx, especially. There's no real surprise there. Lantern. I feel like Thresh is honestly more of a pick I'd imagine seeing coming out from Ragnarok as a response
Yeah,
to the Jarvan, but I mean, obviously they won't
I
be able to
knew
do that.
it.
So yeah, instead they will answer with the Nautilus.
Yeah, it's if Thresh is getting picked on the other side, it's Nautilus or Leona that typically it's the answer. For
Yeah.
some reason, I there's a lot of just attention towards those kind of engage sports, and particularly with the Ashe, I feel like you do tend to go for much more of the engage than the enchanters. I think that apart from maybe Syra Karma, those are the two enchanters that I or range bot laners that I take with the Ashe. The typical choice is to go for Nautilus Leona to just initiate fights to follow up with the Ashe and have
Mhm.
someone to follow up as well for the Diana going in. Because if the Diana is the only one that is going in, you kind of lose a lot of value out of that potential Diana. She can get bursted out and lose quite easily her life in the process.
Yeah, definitely. So no surprise really that coming out. And when we are in the bands here, my God, I just stumbled across my words there. We do have the Yasuo and the Sylas coming out. Now that the ADCs have been picked, they're definitely prioritizing more of that mid lane. Want to shut that down from Legion Gaming. And Legion Gaming do respond here with the last ban also opting to take out the Aurelius. So really a lot of mid-focus bans here. No real
Yeah,
surprise, right?
yeah, a little bit topside maybe as well because the potential flex, but I'm quite surprised that the Yasuo was banned away by Ragnarok when like the combo is Diana Yasuo, right?
Yeah,
You,
that's
you
true.
typically see those two together, so getting the ban away from Ragnarok is quite surprising. I would think that they would like to go for a top laner here unless they opt for a safer option like the Corki, like the Victor, but you typically take the top laner here to get a good counter matchup in the mid lane, but maybe they opt for it instead just going for the counter matchup in top lane. Yes, the
Oh,
Cillian instead.
okay.
I
So
wasn't
kind of
expecting that at all.
Yeah, I was not seeing that one coming. Actually, the Zillion coming out here, and Legion. Who knows? Maybe Legion is caught just as off guard as I was here as they're waiting
Yeah,
to decide what they want to do to respond to this. So I'm assuming we're gonna be seeing them flex in the mid or the top lane.
I'm not sure. I'm actually quite surprised because of the flex potential, but I don't think I think this is co-opting into the mid lane. They're picking
Hmm.
Mundo as a safe option, so it makes sense. We get the Victor, the other safe option that does do well against the Cillian. I've liked it quite a lot. But this is the thing with Cillian: when you go for the Cillian, you need someone to get value out of the movement speed from the
Yeah.
just movement speed generation from the Cillian, right? And Camille, Diana can be those two that get even more value. Nautilus as well. He can kind of just ignore the fact that someone is running away from him and he can engage quite easily. But the Camilla, I think it's going to get the most value out of almost any champion in this composition because she does want to utilize the movement speed with the hookshot as well to get easier access towards that Jinx. And she can also ignore some of the CC potential that can be really, really valuable for the side of Ragnarok Esports. But overall, I really like Legion Gaming's composition. I think that it's quite straightforward. You have your damage dealers, your tanks, your peel, and a really nice potential in the late game to just destroy everyone with the amount of damage that you will deal.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just trying to imagine right now a sped up Nautilus running at me. That just sounds absolutely terrifying to say the least.
It's the
But
terror of the underneath.
yeah, indeed. But yeah, like we're saying, I do like the comp here of leading it. Right, it looks rather easy, kind of to execute. Right, easy to
Yeah.
get in there, get out, get those picks that you need. You've got the sustained damage coming out from the Jinx and the Victor, as long as nothing terrible befalls them. I mean, on the side of Ragnarok, I feel like it's maybe a little bit of a gamble here. You really kind of make sure that Diana is able to get ahead, start doing damage, or if not, at least kind of this like opportunity creator for the Camille or the Zillion or even the Ashe to really make something happen.
Yeah, she's an undervalued AD carry in the sense that she does deal good damage. It's just that it's not comparable to consistent damage. You have the Q stacking up, you have the volley, you have a lot of good damage she can deal. The problem is that when you compare it to an Aphelios, to a Jinx, to a Caitlyn even, the damage just feels a little bit lackluster in comparison, but Ashe can be quite a good cleanup AD carry in this composition, especially because Cillian, the key factor that he's playing, not only apart from the movement speed that I touched on, but being able to revive Diana or Camille twice means that the threat towards the Jinx is not over when you kill one of the two.
Yeah.
So if you get that revive and are able to still continue threatening the Jinx, and I forgot to mention about the Victor as well, then the Ashe has free time killing some of these champions. And one thing that she does do quite excellently is killing tanks. Her consistent damage is quite good against tanks, and one item that right now is quite good as well that does benefit the Ashe is the Blade of the Ruined King. So Mundo, even though he's a quite tanky frontline, he's not going to live that long against the Ashe. So I
Mm.
think that for the late game scenarios that Ragnarok is picturing, I feel like it's Ashe free hitting onto the front line that is going to try and keep the Jinx and the Victor alive against the Diana and the Camille. And
Mm.
she's just having a free time trying to kill. Unless she gets engaged on and killed immediately, which I would be surprised that it happens. I feel like that's what Ragnarok is trying to play around with in the late game scenarios.
Basically, just have Zillion sit back and be like, "Yeah, y'all do all
Yeah.
the work. I'm gonna just press R here whenever y'all need it, and then you guys just do the rest." But yeah, I mean, you know what? I think we come to probably the most important part, and that's putting your money on the line here. So, TDS, once again, everyone's looking at you, man. Where do they place their bets today?
Hmm. I I'm always into the compositions that are easy to execute
Hmm.
from from some teams because it's the easiest way to try and make a skill difference not be
Yeah,
that apparent, right?
yeah.
And even though I don't think there's quite that huge of a skill disparity between both teams, I do think that Ragnarok was coming in favorite, and I
Hmm.
feel like this composition just gives them a lot of agency early on. Try and get impact. Like yes, Cillian may be a much more late game champion,
Yeah.
but Diana, Camille, Nautilus, Ashe even, they spike quite well in the mid game. And that's a point where if they take full advantage of that spike, they can just run over the game. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. So I think I'm going to take Ragnarok for this game.
Okay. So if you're the jungler, if you're Mike at this point, right? You're the jungler and you realizing what's going down. Which lane do you feel like he should be prioritizing the most here to try and kind of get ahead to basically negate this kind of early spiking that we were just talking about?
I would love focus on bot lane. Because if you get the early kill onto the Ashe, then Jinx will not have that much of a problem with the range disadvantage that the Ashe does have, as well
Hmm.
as just getting bursted out. And one thing that Jinx does do quite well is that she's one of the, if not potentially the best late game carry in the game. So if you are able to begin snowballing her from early on, I think
Hmm.
that that's going to benefit your composition much more. Because like I pointed out, If Ragnarok gets a good mid game fight or good mid game stretch of the game, then they can just win the game through that. But if the Jinx is already strong at that point, that mid game potential that Ragnarok has becomes quite short. And I feel
Mm.
like if that's the case, then you can survive that, and the Jinx becomes the menace of the Rift that we know even before she should realistically be able to. That it's around the 30-minute mark.
I think one of the most important things I want to know, or at least should be important for you and me, is with Camille going into the Mundo top, are we going to see another farm fiesta in the top lane?
It
Or do you
wouldn't
think
surprise me.
it's. No, don't
It's
say that.
it's
I don't
just
want
an
to hear that,
it's
man.
an occurrence in Sophomore. We need to see the farm fiesta. That's it.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to wait and see. And there's only one way to see that, and that's just to be in the game when it happens. So we'll throw it to a short break. And then when we're back, we'll be on the Rift for game number 1. Don't go anywhere. right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rift. Game one is about to get underway, and oh my god, the action might just be getting
30
underway as well. If
seconds
Fan
until
can
minions
hit this
spawn.
hook, we're just going right for it with
Oh,
the
the
hook
hook
shot.
shot.
Let's go over the wall. Come on, man. Can I at least introduce what's going down here?
Oh,
There we go. The dredge line connects. No. First, dude.
Well,
Talk about a cold open, man. Just already first blood. We are 50 seconds in, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this might just be a foreshadowing of what's to come.
yeah, great timing for a first blood, right? This is the best moment to get it before minions even spawn. But I do want to say, I love this
Minions
aggression
have
by the side
spawned.
of Ragnarok. This is something that I kind of always mention with level 1s, and is if you have a good level 1 setup, go for it. You have Camille hookshot, you have Hook from the Nautilus, you even have potential slow from the Ash, and everything was used so well layered that the Jinx, I think, smartly doesn't use any summoners because that would mess up her laning phase completely. So overall, smart by the Jinx, but great first blood play by the side of Ragnarok, and good advantage for the Camille already.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's also it tends to be kind of coming down to where that first blood gold is funneled into, and with the Camille, definitely going to be a strong choice. Really, this time around, it's not like one of those matches where you have like, there's really only one person you want to funnel into. No, it really doesn't matter. It can go into the hands of Cool Blade on the Camille. Split Breed can use it just as nicely, and so can Buiz. So overall, it's going to be interesting to see if Cool Blade can utilize that extra long sword that she's got to make a difference in this top lane.
Well, the Camille did get a cool blade, right? So maybe to his name's credit, he gets a kill or something like that. But the hook shot start is not that great against the
Yeah, I
Mundo
was gonna
because of the
say.
passive.
Yeah, also just it's gonna make it a little tricky for in the laning phase right now until he hits level 2, which we're still gonna waiting for. Not gonna be able to do
Level
too
2.
much without that Q. Level 2 has been hit.
Oh.
Mamba mentality. The hook does go wide, but will be followed by the root. But hook connecting. Meanwhile, the ignite does come out. Mamba mentality. Probably very happy that he didn't waste his flash there, but he might have to waste a bit more of a summoner spell. No, J-Vi will go down. Has cleanse. Doesn't have heal this time around, and J-Vi will pay the price.
So we're 2 kills a minute already. Already starting the game, and that was such a nice play. You just typically see this kind of aggression when you heal level 2 when in the bot lane, right? But
Yeah.
the respect from the side of legends kind of questionable, if I'm honest. I feel like they should have been a little bit more ready for it because they know how many minions the Ashe and the Nautilus were hitting. You know that the wave is more thin on your side than on theirs. So the disrespect there, I feel quite apparent, and it's not only the kill that they get onto the Thresh, but they also blow everything out of the Jinx. So now getting a kill on her is going to be even more easy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be huge to say the least. Like we were saying, cleanse out, flash out. Going to be a minute before both of those are up. And that is a first kill going into the hands of Buiz. Already going to have the Vampiric Scepter. Already going to allow him to sustain so much more in this lane.
It's going to be so bothersome for this Jinx, and even if she gets a good a good back timing right now, she's not going to be at the spot that the Ashe is. Also, to correct myself, I said Legends, it was Legion. Sorry for that, to anyone that is watching.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna let it slide. But hey, my man gotta correct
No,
himself.
I need to correct myself. I cannot
Yeah,
let
I
that
feel
happen.
that. I feel that. It's all good. Looking at, I meant to, I was going to ask this at the start, but we were so rudely interrupted by the first blood, right? Just looking at the
Yeah.
runes and the masteries and everything. Is there anything surprising coming out from that? Or is this all pretty standard, run-of-the-mill
I'm
stuff we expect?
glad you asked that because I found it quite interesting watching the Cillian. He went for it's not Everfrost, it's the item. Okay, wait.
Cool Glacial Augment. Yeah, but Pain. Let's be careful there. Almost got put on ice. Cool Blade doing quite a bit of damage. But yeah, the Glacial Augment, what were you saying about it?
Yeah, I find it surprising because the Glacial Augment works quite well with CC, but I feel like right now it's CC that it's easy to apply, right? So champions
Yeah.
like the Nautilus, like the Leona, like the Thresh, for example. Even I feel Camille can make more. Oh wait, oh the
Ooh,
Ignite is down.
Camille. The Ignite
Is
does
it
come out. Is it going to be enough,
Oh, is
though?
it
I
good?
don't think he will. One more tick, and no, sir. Pain will be put on ice. Wow, that was a lot of damage coming out from you. Wrong
Yeah.
me, right? But, okay, he definitely found some use with that long blade that he got.
Yeah, Pain feeling the pain because he just died right there
I
with
didn't
the
want to make
Ignite.
that one. I felt that was
I
too easy,
wanted to
dude.
go for it. I wanted to go for it. You could also go. He's not the Spain, but he's taking out the edge because he's
Ah.
feeling the pain. Yeah. I tried to think of those, but I'm just not fast enough. Not like Camille that actually gets the solo kill. So great second blood, third blood for the Camille, getting that extra kill into the Mundo, and oh, Wait.
Oh, you wrong me right. Did hit him with the slow down. Doesn't quite have this. Not even going to use the time bomb. There we go. Going to toss that first one. Doesn't have enough time to toss the second. With split breed there as well. Unfortunately, nothing quite going to come out of it though.
Yeah, he kind of messed up there because he used the time bomb previously. So when he
Yeah.
relapsed, didn't have the potential to go for the double stun bomb. But I feel like we did see before the kill from the Camille, we did see a little bit of the potential from the glacial augment, right?
Yeah.
Getting the stun into then the glacial path to just even allow for more kills. And I feel like the potential there is not to try and kill someone, but to set up for someone to kill. And I kind of like that from the Cillian because it does show that he kind of understands his role. His role is not to deal damage. His role is to support and provide for the team. Oh wait,
Yeah. Speaking of supporting and providing for the team, Mike going to try and provide himself some kills here as they do get the flag and drag on Phantom, and he is just absolutely done. Flashes will get away, and instead they look to shift over to Breeze. That's 2 flashes down. Unfortunately, can't quite get Phantom, but hey, he'll take those subs any day of the week.
yeah, not collecting the kill, but still setting up for a potential comeback unless Phantom goes in black again.
Yeah, Phantom. I don't know about this one, brother, but Split Breed is there. Maybe they'll be able to find something. They're going to wait, bide their time patiently, grabbing himself. This
Oh, the hook.
grab. It is going to land. The Dreadline does connect. Can they make something happen? The flag just get dropped. Going to dash on in, but unfortunately, I don't think they're quite going to get what they were looking for with that one. Meanwhile, Breeze is alone, and he's stuck in the Chompers. No, the flame misses, but it doesn't matter because the Ignite comes out, followed up by the Fish Bones rocket, and will go down.
Yeah, and quite a huge disrespect by Buiz there. You're walking forward in a lane where you're alone, and the wave was pushing into you, which is even worse in my opinion from Buiz. Just wait for the wave to get there, and you kill them. That's it. Pain?
Yeah, Pain definitely needs to be careful of taking. He's definitely feeling the pain right now, taking a lot of damage from Ghoul Blaze right now.
It's
Definitely
a
gonna have to be
Sheen
careful.
against 2 cloth armors.
Yeah.
That's the difference in top lane right now.
Yeah, and we can really already see that damage coming out. Ghoul Blaze gonna be shoving in that wave. Get the feeling that we're already probably, if we were in those cons, we'd be seeing a lot of pings in that top lane for assistance.
Yeah, I feel like we're potentially getting ready for a gank in the top lane already by the Jarvan. He's at the blue buff, so he should be pathing towards there. And with that, I feel like that's why the side of Ragnarok is also setting up for bot lane with the Diana pinging towards the Drake, and I really like that play even more. This is the value from the Ashe. This is what you get with Ashe. It's not only the pick, but knowing that the Jarvan is there, and that also means that Camille just backs. She doesn't need to stay there, especially if she gets baited, and this is going to be a free dragon for the side of Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely. Oh my god, they might just get that time bomb. Going to do a lot of damage there to Gamer, so he's going to have to back off. But yeah, like we were saying, right, they use that, and now they know Drag is free for the taking, and they just go ahead and grab it.
Where did the smite previously? That was secured by the Nautilus, so
Yeah,
it
that
feels
was-
a little bit scary. But it's still a first dragon, right? You do secure that.
Absolutely, and an Infernal Drag as well, so that is going to be absolutely huge for the damage that it will allow you to apply. Maybe Breeze this time around won't be so just suicidal, pushing a wave that's crashing into his turret, but we'll have to see. Mike Dujol, oh no, he was trying to get Rift, but doesn't
Don't hit it, no, what?
Dude, no, the smite just come out, we'll steal it, we'll grab the eye, we'll most likely pay the ultimate price for it, but at least he does secure it and doesn't lose it.
Yeah, but Camille, the Killblade there is playing a bit. You don't need to hit it. You just wait till you just allow him to hit you a little bit. The Jarvan has no chance of killing you. You just wait for the Diana to come nearby and you kill the Herald there. If the Jarvan goes way too far forward, you kill him. But the trade kill, even though it does gain value, giving away the Herald is not the most ideal because that means that you're essentially giving much more potential gold to the Jarvan. Now he does need to use it correctly. But it's the thing that you would expect to happen, right? Getting the Herald down and getting the gold out of that.
Yeah, absolutely right. They're really going to have to look for an opportunity here to utilize it correctly, not just have it crash into that tower and then instantly die. Sure, that still gives you a little bit of gold, but definitely not as much as you could get out of it. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see kind of how Mike decides to utilize it.
Kind of want to point out, because I just noticed, but Camille has a 2-level lead onto the Mundo.
Yeah.
It's not only the CS difference, it's the lead as well. The Camille is so strong this per Mundo. And the problem is that the Camille was already going to be a problem in the side lane against the Mundo. But when she's already so ahead, the Mundo, who is going to withstand or stand against the Camille in the side lane? That's what I'm trying to think of. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, but speaking of that, who is going to be there to save you? Wrong me right. He has been ganked out. Cataclysm coming out. Going to drop the ultimate.
oh,
Does
the
get
Asharo.
instantly popped. They didn't wait. And you're going to pay the price for it. Why wouldn't you wait for it to pop? Instead, Split Breed. He's like, I'm going to just pop you instead. Gets the 1-2. Gets the double kill.
Yeah, it's the type of call you make when there's no one here. It's fine. Just kill him and then we kill him again because we can. But you can't. The great positioning by Split Breed. He was ready. Like, you look at the minimap, Split Breed was ready to respond to that. And I also love, and once again, showcasing the value of the Ashe. Arrow from downtown just hits the Jarvan, puts him in position, they die. Oh, another play bot.
Yep. Oh, maybe gonna try and see if they can get him killed once again here. J5 is getting pretty low here. The dash comes in and they are gonna secure that. Mamba mentality, trying to do his best to secure it and protect his brother. Can't quite find anything though.
And they are running with everything all over the map, getting one kill here, one kill there. They are just controlling everything that is happening. And apart from, if not for that Herald, they would be en route to getting such an easy game. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking to get an easy kill as well. The Exhausted come out, but now you have been ignited. So much damage coming out of Bweez. Can he pick up the kill? He cannot. Turret damage doing quite a bit. Keep your eyes, though, on that health bar from Bweez as he has been engaged on. He's going to flash over that wall. Phantom with the root is protecting his boys for his last breath, trying to escape.
Oh.
The dredge line, no, it was max range. It didn't hit the wall. Does dash the flag and drag, though. Can he get to the flash? No, he gets hit by the hook over the wall. He gets pulled. He flashes. There's no way he gets out. There's no universe. He gets out alive, and they're going to get the killers while on Mike. Dude, no, there's no way, dude. Phantom, he's just like, dude, what? Oh my
prayed
god!
To every god possible, and he got answered. Someone responded up there because he survived with so little health that it realistically should be illegal. But this is the thing: the Jinx stays down there when you know that you're at a disadvantage with two champions that have CC and slow. You're asking to get killed, and she gets killed. So everything works out for Ragnarok and are en route to getting such a nice game already. We talked about the mid game prowess. They are 5,000 gold ahead. Yeah, 5,000 gold ahead. Quick math. By 12 minutes.
Yeah, things are not like yo, straight up, dude. Phantom's got like the alpha religion, bro. Because whatever god he prayed to, bro, like they came in clutch, got him out there. He survives that by these. I was gonna say the skin of his teeth. But I don't know if Nautilus has any teeth. We'll just go with it. You get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, right.
The creaks in his armor, right?
Yeah, the creaks in his armor. There we go. We'll go with that exactly. But yeah, it's like you're saying. We were talking about that mid game kind of power spec, but honestly, they've already hit it at this point, and it's just the early game. Like, they do not care anymore. They're looking to just speed run this round. We do see the Rift Herald finally being dropped in that mid lane, probably slowly running out of time. But unfortunately, it's just going to kind of be how we talked about, right? Little to no effect. And now Anime Gamer as well is looking to be put out of commission here. Gets hit with a Moon Crash, and he's just gone. Deleted, just like the Rift Herald. He is gone and has the gray screen.
Yeah, and you get the value out of...
Oh my god.
I did not expect that.
There's no way he gets this, right? Oh my god, Hextech ultimatum needs to wait for the turn. Oh.
Yeah.
No, dude, that's toxic, bro. Come on. He knew the numbers, bro. Cool played. He walks off. Cool guys don't look at explosions or ignites. Walks off. He's like, yep, you're dead. Adios. And just lets him die.
So I may be calling it a little bit early, but I feel like Camille is getting banned next game. I'm just kind of feeling it. Maybe we see it.
What makes you say that? I don't know.
Yeah, who knows what? Oh,
oh no, Bweez. This arrow just goes wide. Dude, okay. Yo, Mamba mentality with the footwork here. Dodging the crystal arrow, dodging the dredge line. That's two big abilities out, and he's just going to take the Lancer to safety.
I'm questioning the hitboxes. Wait.
Dude, yo, can TDS get the chance to like make a point? Phantom, dude, he's just stuck in that cataclysm. I mean, you know, he died a man though. He stared death into the face. He stood there. He's like, yeah, I get it. You guys got me. I'll take it.
Yeah, he took it like a. Wait, no, I can't say that. Yeah, he took it like a champ. So great drop. Oh no,
oh no, dude, these guys are not gonna take it like a champ. They'll split breed, absolutely obliterating Mike. Takes out Mamba mentality. He's got the death mentality right now because he just got taken down, and J-Vi will be the only man to live to tell the tale.
Yeah, and not the cleanest of attempts. Literally, literally not clean, not even clean, not even
Yeah,
good.
dude.
That's how bad it was. But
Yeah, you're just never getting a chance to talk at this point. Every time you try to make a point, it's just something is going down here. Oh my god.
I'm kind of accustomed to this. It reminds me of my senior days where I tried to make a point and someone was already dying. So it's fine. I take it. It's okay. The good thing is that at least they are showcasing that Ragnarok seems to be the favorite because they are running all around the map, getting advantages even when Phantom dies. They're responding correctly. They are getting ahead, and Coolblade is even stealing jungle or the life
Yeah.
of Mike Tigo.
Oh my god, Mike needs to be careful. They're already being brought to almost half health by a single Q. Hex Tech ultimatum just get dropped so much
That
damage.
doesn't
Good
work.
night, Mike. He just hits him with the taunt. He knows it's all over. He tried to flag and drag out, but you are not going anywhere but into the ground. Now, Tedious, I'm going to ask you the dreaded question. I want you to just be 100 with me. Keep it real with me. Is there
Yeah.
any universe where Legion Gaming comes out on top? Is there anything they can do, or are they just delaying the inevitable?
Okay, so I'm not Doctor Strange, obviously, but there's
Solve
millions
the
of
time
possibilities
stone.
that can happen. Yeah. The good thing is that they have a Jinx and a Victor. So if they survive for its 15 more minutes, I can see them being able to turn it around thanks to
Okay.
their champions. The problem is that I don't feel like they are going to get the chance because you just need one Camille or one Diana flank, and Jinx is dead. And that team fight leads to either soul point that they are soul that they
Oh no,
she's
they're
dead.
not looking at Oh, the flex has
Oh,
come
nice
out.
flash.
He's gonna be able to dodge that. Close call right there.
Yeah, like if she doesn't, the moment that I saw that she didn't took the lantern, I was kind of worried because she was just going to get on someone was going to get on top of her. Oh, but she survived. It's fine.
Yeah. You know, it didn't survive though. That tier 1 in that mid lane is gonna go down. They're gonna try and have Riptail push, but nah, they're not gonna find it. And it's nice to see, right, that they're not, unlike trying to like kind of push the wave as hard as they can, try and get that second crash. They are very conscious about the fact that if they end those shutdowns, very easily this game could turn around in Legion's favor, and they just back off.
Yep. Yeah, just one Diana death into the hands of the Jinx can potentially means one half item more, and that already sets you up for failure. So you need to be careful about that. Like we're pointing out, Soul Point is coming up for the side of Ragnarok. They just need to play accordingly, and just like that.
Oh my lord,
She's
teasing
getting
up
the kill.
accordingly though. Coolblade is going to get that first kill there on Anime Gamer. He's going to shut him down, but he is kind of blown. That has been taking turret shots, realizes he needs to get out of there. A lot of damage, a very nice hook shot though. Yeah, just get out of there. Going to slow them down and walk off like nothing happened.
I think that nothing happened. She just gets the kill, gets out. Who cares about the victory that was there and just immediately died? Even had the crown and still took full front damage out of that Camille Q. That is not fair in a sense. I feel kind of bad for the side of Legion when they have to go against a Camille that is so bad. But it's the kind of thing you have to upfront, especially when she gets first blood at minute 1.
Yeah, it's things. Coolblade, it's looking like a bit of a Coolblade diff right now. Like this is things are not looking good right now. He's doing so much true damage, and even there, we saw how much damage came out onto Pain as well, who is kind of the resident tank of this team right now, and it just doesn't matter. He just gets shredded.
Yeah, in kind of or against Pain, he doesn't even have a full item yet, so I can kind of see why he's getting so damaged by the Camille. But yeah, he realistically should be the tank, right? His stats should still be higher than that of the Victor, and he's still getting one shot in.
Yeah. Oh no, the whole squad is also coming down to one shot. Anime Gamer, they hit him with everything. They've got all the CC, bro. You might as well take your fingers away from the keyboard, bro, because there's just nothing that the Anime Gamer could do there.
Yeah, not quite a gamer there. He just was there. He just died there.
Yeah.
Oh, an Ash Arrow. Can they kill the Ash here? Okay, no.
Nah,
So they get a bounty, like positive, right? Like we need to look at the positives. They get a bounty.
Yeah.
Gold for the Jinx. They're just, unless she died.
Yeah, gotta be careful. Yeah, okay, he's gonna back off. You know what? My man's got so much hopium, bro. Like I need to start absorbing some of that, bro. My man's looking at the positives here.
The moment I saw the Jinx trying to fight against the Diana, I thought, what kind of dumbness is that? Because it's a Diana with 2 items. You're just asking to get killed there.
Yeah, thank God he didn't take that fight there. Definitely looking for they gotta look for an opening, but that might not be the opening you're looking for. Look for something a little more safe. something that you can more catch out. Anime Gamer, please be careful, bro. I have a feeling he's not learning his lesson. He's still stepping up pretty far away from these turrets. And even if it doesn't look that far, you got to remember that those hook shots that are coming out from Cool Blade, he can just chase you down from the middle of mid lane here. Did get spotted out by the ward, but the recall did go from Cool Blade. I thought for sure he'd stay and just pick up that kill.
He was getting pickaxe on base, but I feel like getting that extra damage is still valuable enough for the Camille. And also, they wanted to base because they were pinging the Baron buff, so maybe there's a chance that they try to rush it. One thing that they can try and do with this composition is actually the Baron buff, because not only are they ahead, they have champions that deal a lot of damage towards objectives. Ashe, Diana are quite good taking down those targets. Oh, nice hook.
Yeah, ooh, very nice cancel the hook shot there from JVI. It's going to block that. And yeah, they're looking to just move on to this Baron here. Gonna grab that. Remember that dragon is up in 3 minutes as well, and that will be the soul point. So if we don't see some kind of a scuffle here, we'll most likely see it there. We actually just see Mike. You walked a bit too far forward there, and he's about to pay the price. Will flag and drag. I don't think he's escaping anytime soon. Cool Blades did get into that back line, and he's looking to just tear this thing up. He gets another one. J-Vi and Anime Gamer need to just dip out. They hit that Naruto ninjutsu and just got out of there, bro.
Yeah, better be safe than sorry. Like, yes, you can give away the Baron buff, yes, you may have lost the fight, and yes, you may potentially be losing the game, but you're alive. And that's still good. Now, they are also getting the turret in bot lane. Important to know that it was a fight before. The Mundo didn't TP, even though he had to do the TP, he didn't achieve, and I feel like that's smarter than just trying to respond to that fight, because I feel like they were losing it anyway. So at least you're getting value in the other side of the map, trying to make this lead as small as possible, which is 10k. It's not small, but trying to make it lesser than it could really be. And trying to at least keep the team in a spot where they can fight. The problem is that, like we pointed out, mid game was going to be such a huge boom for the side of Ragnarok. And having Baron buff with a Camille that no one can realistically answer in the split pushing, apart from maybe the Victor with the wave clear, it's going to be so tough protecting. Oh no.
Oh, speaking of protecting, oh, the chompers do protect Mamba mentality. It's just barely gonna get out of that one. Outplayed, big brain skill diff.
Yeah, not much that she could have did. You can never go past the. Oh wait.
What? What?
He has still plated caps.
Oh my!
And that was still half his health.
Oh my lord, bro. That's so much damage coming up from Cool Blades, and he's going to look to do it again. If he can hit it, he might be able to get the kill. But Cool Blades did go down, actually. He was taken pretty low, bit off more than he can chew, went up against the 4-man and paid the price accordingly. And that is going to be a big shutdown going into the hands of the Victor.
Yeah, so the good thing is that they traded Camille for Jarvan, and being 0-6 means that you probably are not that worthy. But the Camille it is. So you get a shutdown, it goes into the hands of the Victor. I would have loved that it goes into the hands of the Jinx, but beggars can be choosers, right? You take what you get, and you get a kill there. Oh,
absolutely, yeah, you do get a kill. And speaking of another kill, they're going to look to get Pain here as well. Does have to flash over that wall. Will dodge the time bomb. Close one. Meanwhile, J-Vi did get hit by the dredge line. It's going to be slowed down. He's trying to escape, but Buiz is hot on his tail. But the gravity field will be dropped, and it's going to protect him for now.
I was thinking maybe we'll get the ultimate coming in, but no, it's just the poke into the push. There's no one that can answer this really well. Two cannon minions are already battering down into this turret. The good thing is that it's 3 members, so they have to stop this. And the side of Ragnarok is resetting for that soul that we were talking about previously, 30 seconds for it to spawn. And even though this doesn't mean that they are going to get an instantaneous win condition, because the soul no longer feels like that, especially with a composition that lacks a true tank. So you get value thanks to the shield and their extra resistances, but it's not like someone like a Mundo is getting the mountain soul or an Urn or someone like that. So it's not the worst situation. Oh,
yeah. No, speaking of bad situations, yeah, this might be bad indeed. Pain was able to run back to his turret there. Dragon is up, and so they just sent Cool Blade up at that top lane. Split push a little bit.
Can't get Cool up the hero plate.
Dude, they've got to make something happen. I don't think they will. Nope, they got hit by the death charge. Absolutely nothing you can do. We saw the crystal arrow come out. We saw the double time bomb. There was no universe where my man was getting into that pit. Oh, and maybe Cool Blades needs to be careful to get hit by the hook. There is in there. High cycle to make him just get dropped. A lot of damage coming out. Can he survive though? He's healing quite a bit. Will go down, but the resurrection is coming through, so he will live to fight another day, and that might just be exactly what they needed. The move crash comes down. Anime Gamer is going to go down. J-Vi trying to run. Will go gold. Is ignited. When it's over though into the ground, because there goes your ADC, and there you go as well. Pain, welcome to Spain without the S, because he's dead, and that's going to be the full man ace. for Ragnarok Esports.
Yeah, I may talk Spanish, but I don't think that we have a word for what Pain has been dealing with in this game. It's been awful, 0-3, but even though Pain has been taking it quite heavily this game, Jarvan is even worse. 0-8 this game. Poor Jarvan didn't have a lot to do, and I felt like we had an idea of maybe what Ragnarok would have liked to play around this game. What we didn't think about was them getting a first blood, and after that just running over the game. That was such a dominant, clear, just I don't want to say perfect because there were clear mistakes, but it couldn't get any more oppressive from the side of
Yeah.
Ragnarok. Maybe.
Yeah, definitely. They put their foot down in this first game and they were like, listen, there's a reason that we're slightly above you here on these stats, and we're looking to just get another win under our belt. Very nicely executed by them, right?
Yep.
Some great plays, great movement, great reading of the map, and just overall positioning that was needed. And they come out on top occasionally, not occasionally, ultimately is what I meant to say. And I feel now more than ever, I think you're right. I would be very surprised if we don't see the Camille ban coming out
Yeah, I
in
just
this
feel like
next game.
it's bound to happen. I
Yeah.
think that that's going to be one of the adaptations that we see coming into the next game. But one of the things that I'm trying to think about for
Mhm.
Legion as well is, are they willing to take once again the more scaling the more scaling direction of a draft. That's
Mhm.
what I'm trying to say. Yeah, because this game they got punished so heavily, and even without the first blood, a lot of the instances that happen in game weren't even relevant to that first blood. We talked about how the Jinx didn't blow up both summoners early on, but it didn't
Yeah.
matter. In the bot lane, they got a 2v2 kill. So it's not like the Camille kill impacted directly what happened in the rest of the map. It's just
Mhm.
that everything began to crumble with the first blood, but everything began to crumble in each place of the map. Not only on the Camille side, but bot lane lost, mid lane was always constant. Jarvan never found avenues to try and impact the game, and the
Yeah.
Diana just became Diana. So it's not like there's a lot of answers that can happen, even if you get the Camille band away next game. So I'm kind of curious as to what Legion does think there it's the better answer for them.
Yeah, so I think overall, right, I think positioning was such a, like, big
Yeah,
problem this time around, especially coming out here from, Jinx, right? Under the turret, and you're just staring down the Nautilus, you're staring down the Zillion, it's only you left, and you think you're coming out of that one alive, you don't have a wave, like, no, dude, you do not survive that, and then accordingly gets hit by the dredge line, gets hit by the time bombs, and then just gets taken out, and the same thing with Mike, right? When that Baron was being taken, we see him kind of looking to, send it into the Baron pit there. He's like, this jungle belongs to me. It doesn't. And you need to
doesn't. Yeah,
realize that it doesn't. You can't just step out that far forward, gets caught out, gets taken out, and then his team slowly follows suit. So I definitely hope to see a little bit of adjustments there, especially when it comes to kind of like where they're moving along the map and just positioning in general. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll throw it to a short break. And then when we're back, we will be in the draft for game number 2. Don't go anywhere. But
thank God that.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So, well, we just we saw that first game. That was overall a very stellar performance coming out
Yep.
here from RNG. Overall, though, do you think that we're going to see Ragnarok kind of try to like construct themselves the same kind of like, because I mean originally, right, we were saying their plan was going to be that they were kind of wait for that mid to late game kind of spike. They ended up
Yep.
obviously turning it around quite nicely for themselves there at the start. But do you think we're going to see that same kind of comp come out, or are they going to try and maybe switch it up, go for something more very easy to execute early?
Kind of. I think that they maybe want to go for something similar, but with the potential Camille ban, but much more so this time around going on blue side. I want to see what they do with top lane because I feel like
Mhm.
one of the important things that were so notable in that game was save mid lane
Yeah.
with two side lanes that had pressure and control over their lanes. They had to push so they can apply pressure, and that allows for the Diana to just try and keep her jungle as safe as possible. And I feel like if Ragnarok gets that denied with the Camille getting banned away, or just the top laner getting blind picked and then countered, it can I kind of want to see what their plan goes into because that becomes harder to execute as a jungler if you don't have a winning lane in the top lane
Mm.
or in the bot lane.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we are in the pick and ban phase here for game two. Already, we do see a bit of a
Yep.
slight adjustment. The Zillion ban does come out from Legion. A little bit surprised that we didn't see the Camille being the first thing banned here. I feel like that was a bit of a bigger menace, but hey, maybe they're gonna go ahead and say the Camille wasn't the issue. We were just our own
Yeah.
issue, and we're just gonna fix on what our mistakes.
Well, I kind of like the Cillian ban because I feel like Cillian is one of those sleeper champions that people don't play that much attention, but we have seen his face showing up much more recently. His revive passive can be quite impactful, and
Oh
the
yeah.
movement speed boost is so good as well. The Diana getting banned by Ragnarok this time around, and it's kind of similar to what we saw last time with the Yasuo getting banned. It's kind of funny that they are the ones banning it away, but maybe it's because they have a priority pick that they don't want to give away in any sense.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're just going like, right, like if we aren't gonna play it, you don't get to play it either, and they go ahead and ban that. And now the third round one ban coming out here from Legion Gaming. This is gonna be very crucial, and they will decide to once again take the Volley Bear off the table.
Yeah, so keeping some of the same bans, essentially just two champions changed from both sides, and this means that Hecarim is open now. Xinjiao was still open but wasn't picked. We have as well potentially the Jinx getting picked now by Ragnarok. We need to see what is the first round pick, and it's the Hecarim. It was open, it just means
Hmm.
that they can now take it, and Hecarim was one of the champions that was resurfacing as well so much. I like now even more the ban of the Zilean because that champion paired up with Zilean is actually quite
No,
strong. So
Lord.
nice takeaway by Ragnarok. And we need to see what does the pairing with Hecarim is going to end up being. I would like to see maybe Yumi or Karma getting picked around here, but I feel like we may get a repeat of Nautilus or potentially Leona from the side of Ragnarok once again.
Hmm. I'm gonna have to wait and see. Really wait till that last second and lock it
Yeah.
in. We will see the Jinx though. But once again, they got faith. They got faith in that Jinx. They're gonna go ahead and revive it again, try and whip it out, see if they can make it work this time around. And I'm quite curious to see if this Hecarim warranted that ban in the last game. And I'm curious to see how Ragnarok is gonna kind of look to employ it.
Yeah, am kind of interested in seeing the Hecarim as well. The Jinx particularly is a champion that you can take advantage of as the Hecarim, especially because with the damage build you do quite well against her. Jhin as well was banned in the last game as well, so getting now opened up by the side of, if I'm not wrong, it was Legion that banned it away, so now
Yeah.
being open for Ragnarok. With the Karma, I really like this bot lane pairing. You have control over the wave, but importantly, you give the movement speed boost for the Hecarim as well. So it's not allowing you for the early stages, but also for later on in the game when you need much more power for the Hecarim, try and run over this Jinx. Really nice first three picks, changing a little bit of the potential way of playing that we saw in the previous game, but similar to also having that huge power spike in the mid game with the Jhin and Hecarim potentially as well. But
Mhm.
also going into later stage of the game, Karma Hecarim can be quite good as well. And then answered with Nautilus, nothing new. I feel like Nautilus just works out with a lot of bot lanes. And against squishy champions, you do want to have some sort of CC to just lock them out and be able to kill them quick.
Yeah, absolutely. J-Vi just like, you know what? That was a nice little knowledge you got there. Let me show you
Yep,
how to do it better. He's gonna pick it up himself. And now we are
I'm gonna
in
show
phase
you.
two. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. Now we are in phase two of bannings and the note
They
ban.
missed.
Uh, well, you know what? Well, I'm sure they'll write it in chat eventually. We'll have to Yeah, I'm sure. We'll get to it when we
Some,
get that
yeah,
to it. We'll
we'll
talk about
know.
it. We'll know
We'll
in a
know.
minute. But yeah, but that being said, though, okay. So Irelia was the ban there,
Okay.
just not showing it. Okay, so Irelia. So once again, kind of targeting these mid laners, right? I feel like we're kind of just seeing a repeat here of the game one draft phase, where once they kind of got the bot lane and the jungle out of the way, they look to kind of really prioritize this like mid lane, top lane flex kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I think that it makes sense seeing all these attention towards mid lane as well, potentially doubling with what is called with the flex potentials.
Yeah,
And I'm not against not banning anything away. This also means that Camille may be potentially picked once again.
yeah,
But one thing that Legion has that, and we talked about this with Ragnarok, they don't have the counter pick now. So we need to see what Legion does focus into. They may opt into going Victor here to have the safe pick because Corki seems to be getting banned. So you opt into Victor, and then you leave your counter pick for doubling, like we saw Ragnarok doing in the previous game. But that also means that you can potentially get countered by the side of RNG in the mid lane if you pick Victor here. So they need to be careful about what they opt into and what they would like to get countered and what.
yeah, definitely right. I mean, I'm gonna say that Camille pick is open for Ragnarok here, so I would
Yep.
be very curious to see if they do end up whipping out once again. But Legion will have this first pick here, so we're gonna have to decide what they want to pick. What do you want to maybe see coming out from them here right before
I
they pick?
like the Victor. I
Yeah,
feel like safe pick in the mid lane would be so useful. Victor, okay, Vex.
mm-hmm.
I'm not against the Vex. I feel like Vex also is not the most punishable mid lane right now. I feel that she has a lot of value. She has the engage potential or follow up potential with her ultimate, and the fear may come in really handy if they are ever in a spot where the Hecarim is over engaging, the Jinx
Yeah.
is a threat, and the Vex can kind of pull him away from the Jinx. That can also be a really important factor.
Mm.
So I'm not against the Vex. It also means that we're getting the counter pick top lane, and that's why I value most the counter pick in the top lane, potentially against the Camille. We don't know which is getting in, but potentially whatever Ragnarok calls into. And the Serath pick, I like that quite a lot against Vex.
Yeah, overall, but I do feel I'd like to see now something a bit more kind of a bruiserish coming out here from
Yeah.
RNG. Obviously, they need to be careful that they don't get counterpicked into, which will most likely happen unless they pick something incredibly safe. But right now, just with the Xerath, Karma, and Jin, all of these champs that are, if you get on top of them with the Vex as the Shadow
Ooh.
Surge or the Nihilist, actually opting for the Yone here. Okay.
Not the champion that I would think about when thinking about Bruiser in the top lane. One
Yeah.
one thing that I can kind of skipped away. Graves could be a top lane, the top laner as well.
Yeah,
This could be
that's
Graves
true.
top lane and the jungle just getting picked here. But I feel like it should be Graves jungle in my.
Yeah, can definitely have to wait and see exactly. We'll know once they pick their last person here. Still waiting on that. Really wait till that last second. And it is
Yeah.
going to be the Renekton. Okay. So we'll be getting that in the top lane. How does Renekton fare into the Yone, though?
I'm not the best connoisseur of Gianni top lane. I don't think I've ever played it in that position, but he does allow to break the shield from the W. You do get the dash, so even if he tries to run away into his shadow, it's not like you can get pressured into it. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's much more early focus than late focus, because when you get shield bow and IE, I feel like you begin winning that matchup. But with simply just the what is called the Gourd Drinker
Mhm.
and possibly Syrax, you kind of just are able to survive long enough that you can kill the Yone and try and look for something else potentially. The ultimate is going to play a huge factor as well, because that extra burst of health can make kills for the Yone that seem to be potential kills not be the case. So I feel like that's how you kind of want to play around this matchup with the Renekton, much more early focus, try and win the lane, and with
Mm.
that you just become strong enough that later on you're not immediately killed by the Yone.
Yeah, I will say though, from the side of Ragnarok, I'm a little bit worried that it's really all going to come down to this Hecarim pick here, right? Kind of opening up these opportunities for them getting into those backlines with the Shadow Surge as well, and kind of like, because you look at the rest of the team, you've got Jin, Karma, Xerath, and Yone, right? They're all somewhat more on like the squishy side, right? If they get kind of collapsed onto, they die incredibly quickly, so they're really gonna have to rely on the Hecarim doing a lot of this kind of frontlining and opening up these avenues of opportunity for them.
Yeah, even much more so, or not much more so, but even just apart from the fact that the Hecarim is going to be the main frontline,
Yeah.
you're really depending on the Hecarim and the Yone being able to threaten the backline alone. Like, I
Exactly.
like the long range from Jin and Karma and Serath. I feel like those three are a great pair to play around with, and the Hecarim doesn't necessarily need to go all in or just to stay back. Like, he's a great in between. But the Yone pick is kind of my biggest question mark, because I feel like with this kind of composition, you want a frontline, something like an Ornn or Sion, that
Mhm.
just withstands everything in front of everyone and can protect the backline really effectively. And that's one of the things that Serath and Jhin really desperately wants, because they don't have mobility. So if they get focused on, they can die quite quickly. And against Renekton, that does allow for that. Vex that can follow up engages really well as well. And Atlas that has a point and click CC ultimate that has a bit of a range as well. So it's going to be difficult for the Jhin, Karma, and Seraph to not be focused, and it's going
Mhm.
to depend quite a lot on the Hecarim and Yone being in a strong spot to threaten the Jinx and the Vex.
So do you think
And the
we're
wave.
gonna kind of see like the opposite of what we had in game one, where we have
Yeah,
instead jungle being somewhat more present, kind of in this top lane, trying to get the Yone ahead, trying to shut down Renekton early on?
yeah, I feel like it's going to be similar, a similar situation to that first game, with the difference that obviously both top lanes will be much more directed into damage.
Hmm.
So whoever actually loses first, or loses the first instances of the top lane, may be forced into a spot where they are not a part of the game for 10 or 15 minutes. That's kind of how I see this aggressive top lane. So it's going to be really important whoever can get the advantage first, and whoever can make the most out of that advantage out of the junglers.
Absolutely. Well, it is that time once again when it comes to putting the points on the line. Who do you think is taking this game? Are we going to get a 2-1 tonight, or do you think this will be a 2-0 sweep?
So I like when teams opt into having the agency themselves, because I feel like they are better used to making use of the tools that they have.
Mhm.
But I feel like Ragnarok played so well that previous game, even without the first blood, that I'm just more inclined to saying they can win. And I also really like their composition. I feel like their composition can be really, really good. And it's not like they don't have options to have a say whenever they want to engage. It's just that if you misplay, it can be quite detrimental for them. But
Yeah.
I feel like Ragnarok can close it out.
All right, all right. Well, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, there's really only one way to find out if they can do that, and that is to get on the Rift and just play this damn thing out. So, we'll throw it to a quick break, and then when we're back, we will be on the Rift for game number 2. Don't go anywhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back on the Rift. Game number 2 is underway here. Okay, don't, if we get another
30
first blood here in the
seconds
first
until
50 seconds,
minions spawn.
I'm dipping. I'm leaving, bro. And they're looking to
Oh.
return the favor this time around, though. Maybe Cool Blade will be the one who pays the consequence. Has charged up that Steel Tempest.
Ooh.
Okay, I mean, I like the aggression. I definitely like to see it. But overall, nothing quite can come out of that. So we get a bit of a more just tame early game this time around.
Yeah, a good attempt. Not much obtained, but they did get Vision down, so
Yeah.
they're going to know if Hecarim starts topside or not. For the side of Ragnarok, they get the first strike
Minions have
onto the
spawned.
Seraph, so he gets a little bit of gold, and they also get poke onto Mamba mentality. So maybe advantage to Ragnarok, maybe.
Yeah. It's the little things, really. It's the little things.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's not quite as what we had in the previous game, which was a clear advantage to Ragnarok, but it's a start.
yeah, absolutely. And that is exactly what they need if they want to keep this thing going, want to keep the ball rolling and get this dub. They need to win this game and they will secure themselves that 2-0 victory. However, Legion Gaming is not going to make it easy for them as they are also not going to have an easy time. They'll need to win 2 games back to back. But both junglers starting on this top side here. Actually, I'm a little I thought for sure maybe we'd see them more like, start from that bot side, try to kind of path their way up top here. But you never know. Maybe we'll just see like a quick to level 3 camp clear here and then head on to this top lane.
I think we may see that much more from the Graves than from the Hecarim, because Hecarim is a champion that really needs to get the farm going and get
Yeah.
towards that level 6. Like, he kind of falls in the same vein as Diana, where he really don't want to stop his pacing. He wants to keep going and going and going until he can reach level 6 as quickly as possible, because that's the point where he becomes so unstoppable. So this, I don't think that we may get that from Hecarim.
Yeah, so all right, a little bit of trading coming out here from this. Okay, top lane and bot lane already a bit of a scuffle here. Cool Blade this time around. Pain not going to let himself be bullied as much as it was in that last game. Now that he doesn't have the first blood. Javi did it that dredge line we saw earlier, but nothing quite did come out of that. Just a little bit of trading going on.
Yeah, and those early trades for the Renekton actually beneficiate much more to Renekton because he's running Teleport. The Yone is running Flash and Ignite, so both have Ignite and Kill Threat, but that means that if the Renekton takes a bad trade, he can kind of just reset and come back into top lane with the Teleport. Yone doesn't have that luxury. He needs to be able to get the kill, or don't die, or not do anything down lane.
Yeah, absolutely. No mistakes are allowed to be made for him this time around. Not going to be as easy with that extra 400 gold in his pocket that we saw in that game one. So he will have to play accordingly. That being said, it's nice to see a bit more tamer early game this time around in comparison to last time. We're right to say that. Cool Blade is looking for a little bit of trades there. But really not too much going on. We do see that the junglers have slowly begun. They're going both for that almost full camp clear here. We do see that split breed. Seems he opted to actually say, you know what, screw drugs, I don't need that. I'm gonna just go and grab this scuttle crab first. So maybe we'll see something going down here in this ball lane sooner or later.
And I think that idea from ignoring the Croc is important because it means that he gets first step into the Scuttle Crab, he secures it, and he's able to kind of go into the jungle and maybe, okay, he's not going to force anything out of the Graves, but that means that potentially the Hecarim and the Graves both know that both junglers are down.
Yeah.
Okay, Karma needs to be careful.
Oh, definitely. This might have not been the move to make if you know that both junglers are down there. Phantom is going to have to flash. Did get exhausted and ignited. Is running for his life. The flash comes out from Mike Teagle, and he should be able to get this kill. They're so close. I don't think they can get it. They will get that first blood, but Mamba Mentality goes down. Mike Teagle is soon to follow. He will go down too, and Javi will follow suit. The shield will not save you, and that will be 3 kills going into the hands of Ragnarok for the 1 kill that Legion Gaming.
Yeah, talk about a catastrophic play from the side of Legion. It was well thought out. I really liked the attempt because they took advantage of the fact that Phantom was not respecting any. He was way too far forward. He was trying to go for poke or just easy gold with a Spell Thief's Edge, but that meant that he was out of position. Great moment from attention from the Graves, and like we talked about previously, Graves knew that Hecarim was bot side because of the Scrying Bloom, and that means that even if the Hecarim is bot side, if you're able to play around accordingly, you can go for a threat, for a kill there. And I feel like they almost played that as well as they could, but the flash and the Q from the Graves were so bad because he flashes in, he doesn't Q hit wall, which means that the Q doesn't immediately blow up. And that means that he misses out on damage to kill the Karma. Oh,
Ooh, cool blade here
Just
did,
poking
yeah,
out.
poking him out, trying to stop that back. But I mean, Pain does have that TP, so
Yep.
it doesn't really matter necessarily how badly you turn his weight state into. He will be there pretty quickly. But yeah, overall, like you were saying, right, they did. It was a very nice read that they saw that Phantom was just not respecting anything. They go in, but the counter gank comes out from Split Breed, and all is for naught.
Yeah, great counter gank, by the way. Split Breed getting there quickly. It was helpful the fact that they were able to respond thanks to the karma, being surviving so long. But it
Yeah,
was such a good
and they're
angle.
spawning here. That Mamba mentality was in a bit of a bad spot. Phantom,
Wow.
though, my God, so much damage. Just gets absolutely blown up. And now Jay Vi needs to get to step in if he wants to get out of this one alive. A lot of damage coming out. They will hit that deadly flourish. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. Jay Vi is so close to going down, but will just hit that dredge line. That was too close for comfort.
Yeah, it's really important he gets the W shield back up, because if he doesn't get that back, he's dead. He's dead with the first shot. Still, great response by the bot lane. Trying to fight for a pink ward, I don't think that it's the most ideal of things. Like, they get the pink ward at least, but I'm not sure that you would risk your life as a Jinx for that ward, particularly.
Deny that vision at any cost, man.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it was the move, and they pay the ultimate price for it. And now
Oh.
Mike is there once again. They have that control word, so they know there's no vision in the bush, but Mama mentality.
Phantom
Freaking
should
Emma
die.
once again. They
Yeah.
do hit the hook, and please?
Oh!
No, come on. There's no way Phantom gets out.
Oh.
Okay. Whew. Mama mentality will go ahead and hit that very nice zap, making sure that Phantom doesn't get out of that one. If you would have escaped, then I don't think we would have seen Phantom respect anyone on this team ever again.
Yeah, honestly, if Phantom survives, I feel like you'll be so tilted that you simply don't want to play
Yeah.
anymore. Like,
Oh,
that's the kind
Lord.
of thing.
Indeed, speaking of being tilted, though, Pain does need to dip. A lot of damage coming out
Nice
from
trade.
Cool Blade, but yeah, not just a little trading coming out here. Still nothing really. No hands being thrown quite just yet. Both top laners really realizing, right? It's like you were saying, whoever wins kind of that early on. I say that, but now there comes the Fate Seal followed up by the Chainmail. He's getting pretty low, healing a lot, but Pain is in a terrible spot. He's got all that fury, but it doesn't matter. You're going to have to go to therapy about that one because you are dead.
Yeah, and great gang timing by Split Bread once again. But important, that kill was after teleport is used, which
Yeah.
means that wait, Phantom. Okay, Phantom should be fine, I think. Yeah, which means that Renekton is going to lose out on so much gold. Although Vex coming up top lane.
Oh, does hit the Shadow Surge, Cool Blade? No, why would you use the E? Why did
That
you use
doesn't
the
work
E?
like that.
No,
It's
wait,
fine, I
no,
think.
no. If he gets out, I'm leaving, dude. The flash, okay. I don't know if the flash was necessary, but we'll flash to secure the kill just in case, and we'll take out Cool Blade. I guess you just panic pressed E and Soul Unbounded. It really wasn't the
He
move.
thought that he was going to survive thanks to that. Well, maybe his thought process was that with that he can try and outplay, but then he didn't try and outplay, which then doesn't work out.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
I don't really
I'm
know
not sure.
the move. Maybe he's trying to bait all the spells, get them all on cooldown. But speaking of baiting, out Breeze in a terrible spot, needs to sidestep those chompers. Does a lot of damage, but ultimately that's a trade that's going to go into Mama Mentality's favor.
Yeah, the thing is, those trades of equal health or health advantages towards the side of Ragnarok are not the best because of the Jin's ultimate. He already has level 6, which means that any trade that you are not able to kill the Jin and in reality lose a lot of health means that you're potentially dying next time.
Yeah, definitely got to be careful. J-Vi already, he's hungry for that hook.
Wants to go
He
for
is, dude, he's waiting. He is playing the long con game, but Phantom and Breeze both know something's up, so they will be hiding behind those minions. Nothing quite going to come out of it. Top lane, though, Full Blade in a bit of an engagement here with Pain. A lot of damage coming out. He's stacking that Fury. Needs to be careful. Have that Steel Tempest. And so Pain will go ahead and back off. Split Breed in that bot lane. Looked for something. Can't quite find anything, though. But instead, we do see Mike on the approach to that top lane here. Maybe we'll see a bit of a dive, something come out.
He tried to, I don't know what the attempt by Split Bread is there, but this push means that they can now back the Jhin. They cannot opt into the Dragon, which I would have liked that they tried to attempt early on because the Herald is being done by the Graves. But it's not like you completely need it. It's not going to be your condition. Oh, no flash.
Oh, very nicely done by Split Breed. Is going to go ahead and just push Anime Gamer into the wall, and that should be the end of him. It will indeed going to go down. Meanwhile, now bot lane Breeze going to have to flash to escape the death charge. Going to pop the curtain call, but Rude did come out here. Phantom, incredibly low, is ignited and will go down. It just barely misses that last shot. Breeze will not pick up that kill.
Yeah, really important how they played that, really like how the bot lane played that, and that's the advantage that you get with a tank. You just engage onto the Karma doesn't have, or onto the Jhin is forced to flash away because he's in a bad spot, he's going to get fully blown up, and then that means that he needs to flash away. But then I really didn't like the ultimate out of waste. I feel like you wait a little bit with that
Yeah.
ultimate if you're able to get a little bit more damage done, because at least at that point you can get the kill, like
Oh,
here.
split breed, bro. He's just zooming in. And, oh, the flash coming from Mamba. Is he going to get away? Nah, he will not. Split breed hit him with a Q. Close call. We'll get the flash out. That's both summoners down now for Mamba mentality.
I feel like the moment that you get almost one-shotted by the horse running into you, you kind of just keep your summoners, because I feel like at that point you're already dead, right?
Yeah, no, for real. Like, I don't know if the flash was the right move there, but hey, he tried, and I won't fault him for that. Will not have flash for the 450, so gonna have to be even more careful now about that speedy horse running down into his lane.
With potentially ultimate, and it seems to be Trinity Force as well, or I think it's Sunder actually. Yeah,
It
so
might,
Sunder,
yeah,
so
might
even
be
more
Thunder.
damage. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought Phantom was going to die. I was kind of looking to it.
Yeah, I was a little worried. They're not gonna lie, but nothing quite gonna come out of that one. Now the dragon is on the board. Both teams not opting quite to get it just yet. Want to hit those backs, get those extra items before they try to do anything. Enemy gamer gonna go ahead and clear a little bit of vision here, but nothing quite really gonna come out of it.
Phantom, you need to get to the wave. You're level
Yeah,
5. Please.
please get some XP, bro. Like, come on now. Your
Okay,
ADC is already level 7. Split breed is here. Definitely going to be setting up waiting. I'm not sure if he knows that there's that ward in the river, but yeah. Probably there we go. Gonna get cleared out, but split breed is like, nothing quite gonna come out of that one. Gonna go ahead and back off. Just set up for this drag. If they can get vision on Mike, maybe they know that it's a good time to get it, and they will see him now. Fate Seal coming out, but a very nice dot there from Pain will slow him down, and they will put Cool Blade into a cool coffin.
yeah, no flash out of Cool Blade. I'm not sure where it was blown, because I feel like it wasn't blown in the top lane play, if I'm not wrong. Okay, no, actually it was blown in the top lane play. So great advantage taken out of the flash being used previously. And they get an important kill for the Renekton, because I feel like the Renekton was getting into a spot where he wasn't really getting the value out of the pick. You kind of need to go for that. Oh,
Yeah, speaking of that, getting value out of something. They're trying to get some value out of the kills here. Split breed, really bad spot. Did get locked down, is ignited, but nothing quite gonna come out of that. Don't want to follow that up with Breeze and Phantom being right behind him.
yeah, he's okay. He just needed to run away, like horses do. So it's not like he dies there, but nice attempt by the bot lane to try and pressure
Yeah.
a split breed, particularly because the Grace was still on the top side. He still has the Herald, which I'm not sure when he will use, but I feel like his timing is either running out or he just collected. No, so it's okay. He has the timing to go for it, and he should be able to make the most out of that Herald. I feel like you use it in the top lane to try and put the Renekton into a good spot, because Renekton is not getting the value that he wants.
Well, speaking of a good spot, you know who is in a good spot? That's right, you wronged me, right? He's about to be wronged indeed. He's gonna flash over that wall.
Unless he's
Mike,
not.
yeah, I'm not sure. Mike is on his hoops. We'll have to wait though to see. That top lane Cool Blade looking to make something happen. A little bit of trading coming out. Yeah, he's actually gonna get away. You remind me right? Yeah, it's fine, bro. He dipping. He ran for his life, and he's gonna get out of there. But that will be double sums down.
Yeah, there's still Super Mega Death Rocket potentially. I don't think she's going to get the kill, but there's still that, just in case it happens. So nice play by the Serath. And we haven't talked much about that mid lane, but we've seen actually Serath doing quite a lot of damage to that Vex from such a safe distance. And that's the kind of worry that you can have to deal with from the side of Legion, right? Because that poke will just keep on coming through your game, going to add to that the poke from the Jhin, from the Karma, and even a little bit poke from the Joni as well with the Unbound Soul.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of poke going to be coming out of that. Definitely need to be careful about it. And they also need to be careful just in general about Split Breed, who is just, he's been a bit of a menace, man. He has been everywhere. He's 4-0. He's sitting pretty on the Divine. He's got the boots in the bag as well. He's just speeding across the map. Hell, he's just clearing the top camps now. He has no respect for Mike at this point anymore.
It's his jungle.
Yeah, all the jungle is his jungle at this point.
Yeah, he's just trying to make the most out of the farm, and that's one of the things that I like to see from a jungler, is that he's not shying away from keeping up his tempo in farming. He's trying to make the most out of just everything, every resource in the map, even though that may be a risky position because her top laner was not inside and he doesn't know where the Graves may have been. It's still nice to see a jungler try to keep himself in so much places of the map. Bot lane play maybe now.
Yeah, Not the best spot to be
Oh,
in. The
not
root
so
comes out
good.
on J-Vi, but he is so damn tanky, so maybe they might just be able to turn this thing around. I'm not sure, though.
Wait,
The Gale
what?
Force, but Bui's terrible spot will go down, and now the Xerath Artillery Strike is going to pick up that double kill there for Split Breed. That's going to be 3 members down from Legion Gaming.
So apart from the blunder from Whis using Gale Force forward, that's still a great play by the side of Ragnarok. Capitalizing on the use of the Hecarim, getting so much value there, killing 3 members for just 1, and importantly also, Xerath being a part of the play. This is something that I failed to mention with the Xerath, but he's one of the few champions that has so much impact even outside of his lane. So if a play goes on in another place and he has pushing the lane, you can just pop ultimate, get value out of poke or even get the kill, and you just go back into farming. Great use of the Xerath ultimate there, and a lot of value obtained by the side of Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. And Pain, meanware, looking to get some value out of this kill on
he's
Coolblade.
fine.
He can't quite get him, though. The Fate Seal looking popped out. But like we were saying, right, when it comes to Urami, right, well, I have to wait there actually for a minute because J-Vi, bad spots, getting hit by all the CC imaginable.
Right.
Will flash over that wall, though. Very nice to see. Curtain Call coming out, but I don't think he kill him here. I think he was hoping that Split Breed would follow up, but the Chompers did deny his way. But back to my original point, you wrong me right with that ultimate was very nice, and also it was really nice to see how he put himself into a safe position where he didn't have to worry about Anime Gamer kind of hitting him with the fear, right, knocking him out of his ultimate. We saw him kind of fall back into his own jungle, and then by the time that Anime Gamer actually found him, it was too late, and it might be too late here for Coolblade as well. No, Mike actually decided he's not going to take this. Is
Yeah.
back off.
Interesting that there was that much attention there for Coolblade, but with the Hecarim being bot side, they either have to force a play here, or they have to, or just get the turret. Like, I don't know why Coolblade is still here, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might want to get to stepping, and he's finally gonna go back. Yeah, he's gonna be all right. He's gonna back off. He's got to show dominance, man. That he won't let his turret go down without a fight.
This is still living on the days of being the Camille that was pressuring Pain instead of being pressured by Pain. That's the thing.
Ooh, be careful here. That
Oh, the double?
out comes the ultimate here. Anime Gamer with an very nice flash to get away from it, but the Gale Force. That's how you use Gale Force. You don't dash into the entirety of the enemy team, and you do pick up that kill though. That's how you use it, and we'll pick up that kill. Oh, they have no idea. This is such a rare sight to see. Oh no, Coolblade. Terrible spot. I don't know if he's going to be out healed. This one does not have that Steel Tempest. The collateral damage came out. Won't be enough to finish the job, but just shotguns him in the back. Just annihilates his spine, and down goes Coolblade.
I'm kind of interested in knowing what happened through the mind of Coolblade to be backing at first and then decide I'm going to keep on walking. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to fault him for that because I feel like that's something that top laners do. Like that's just simply something that happened, but I'm kind of curious why he decided to back at first and then no, okay, I can stay here. Like there's no shot that there's someone there, right? Like that's kind of the thing that I'm thinking about with Coolblade there.
Yeah, I'm quite curious as well, but we will never know what ran through his mind as he is dead and gone now. There we go. Yes, respawn though,
back,
finally. Yeah, he's back now. But overall, I do feel this is definitely a much closer game this time around than we kind of saw in game one, right? It's not as much of a dominating performance coming out from Ragnarok. They're definitely still showing that they've got the moves, especially Split Breed, really performing. But this time around, Coolblade, we said it before in the draft that we felt like the Yone was a bit of an odd, precarious pick, and this time around we're seeing that was kind of the case, right? It's just not really getting as much value out of it as we saw him get with the
Yeah, it seems like the value will come through later on. He's still waiting a little bit.
Oh, that charge does come out on Split Breed. They're looking to fully send it onto him, but Split Breed, he's too fast, too furious for him. Oh, a lot of damage coming out. J-Vi is pretty low, so is Mike. And here comes the Artillery Barrage. Takes out one. Will take out two if he can actually plant something. Not quite going to get anything, though. The Curtain Call instead, though. Down goes J-Vi. Down goes Mamba Mentality. And down goes Pain as well. Just like that, systematically take them out one by one. They were like, here, you hit your ultimate on this guy, I'll hit mine on this guy, and then ultimately they're able to get the 4-man.
Yeah, Split Breed with the Master Bait at that point, just forcing them into such a spot that everyone could collapse into the play. I loved how it happened. Now Vex is the only one alive, but I want to point this out now that we're looking at Vex. Look at that fight, and that fight is reminiscent to one that we had in the previous game where everyone is in position from the side of Ragnarok. But when you see at the other side Legion, there's 4 members only. They are forcing a play with 4 members, not ready to respond, not ready for the 5 members to be there from the side of Ragnarok. And when it's 5v4, even though it's a good start from the side of Legion, it just gets completely thrown into this array because you have numbers disadvantage, and that's something that I really like how Ragnarok has played around, because even in a situation where it may look difficult for them, they know they have the right answers to respond to that play.
Yeah, absolutely. And even they take these they pick these champs where they don't necessarily all even need to be there for it to be a 5-man kind of fight. It's like you were saying before with the Xerath. He doesn't necessarily have to be at the fight to impact it. We see it constantly with these artillery strikes that are coming out doing so much damage, finishing off these kills. And same with the curtain call that comes out as well. It's like that's the beauty of their team comp. Even if they're not all there, they're still all there in spirit. Oh god, I can't even speak anymore. They're still all there in spirit.
Yeah, and the execution it's important as well, not only because of the fact that their composition allows for it, but the way that they execute around it is really, really nice. Also, that teamfight kind of pointed out or showed what we talked about in draft as well. Even though it seems like the composition from Legion has better ways to try and make a team fight happen for themselves, it's not like Ragnarok doesn't have. They have the re-engage potential with the Hecarim or engage potential with Hecarim, same with the
Yeah.
Yone, and the long range, if they are able to disengage, allows for them to have a lot of power for a persecution later on.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like the Ragnarok also really realized how like important split breed was going to be when it comes to these engagements, because we constantly see, right, like most of the time split breed will literally bait out the members from Legion, will fall back, pops the ghost, and then jumps right back into the fight.
Is she
That should
dead?
be illegal.
Oh, she's
Oh
dead.
my gosh, she's dead and gone. Good night, goodbye. You can pop that lockup, but it does not matter. Pop, lock, and drop it because Jinx has been dropped this time around.
Yeah, and this has nothing to do with the kill, but I just want to point out that I love the synergy between Serath, Jin, and the Karma all
Yeah.
having the I think it's Death Star, the Dark Star.
Oh, Dark
I think
Star.
it's
Yeah.
Dark Star. Yeah, everything works out perfectly. So it's not only the fact that they get the kill, but it looks nice when they do it.
Listen, man, if you're gonna win, you gotta win in style too, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
I
but
hope that this is a call out so that we can get a suit champion
Red team's
or a
turret
suit
has been
skin
destroyed.
line. Just saying, like Debonair, for example, was quite good.
yeah, that's true. Definitely gonna have to wait for something like that. But we will not be waiting on the Infernal Dragon that is about to spawn. I think please take out this rift. Okay. Member Mentality read my mind there. It's gonna take out that dragon. Cool Blade needs to be a little bit careful in a bit of a bad spot here, but so is the anime gamer. So much damage already coming out from You Wrong Me Right. But they are looking to pick up this next dragon here. Shouldn't be any contest really. Mike, unfortunately, can't really step up and take this fight. Yeah, okay. Well, if he couldn't before, now he definitely can.
Yeah, the poke is too much. At this point where you have control over the game, when you have both champions, walking through certain areas is going to be quite difficult. And with the vision control that the side of Ragnarok has been able to layer out as well in this part of the game, it's even going to become even more difficult because you're walking blindly into a jungle that is full of blue, and you're just getting poked from who knows where
Yeah.
from the Zerat. So it's quite hard for them. And now with I didn't realize it, but I just realized that it's Infernal Soul. That is going to hurt so
Oh
much
yeah.
against
Oh yeah.
this Zerat.
Not just against it there. I feel like also the Jin as well, the
Yeah,
Karma. Don't forget that. It's
yeah,
gonna
like
hurt. Period.
everyone gets enough damage to kill a champion and their kids. That's what is going to happen.
Yeah, straight up, it is going to be a nasty sight to behold. But you never know. Maybe Legion Gaming will find themselves an out somehow to stop it from happening. But they will have another 4 minutes to make something happen and come up with a strategy. That being said, though, speaking of a strategy, what do they need to do? What does Legion got to do right now, bro?
I feel like what they're doing, trying to just buy themselves time, is okay. You farm with the Jinx in a safe spot. The waves are going to push into you, essentially. They can stop these Baron buff attempts because it's not getting the kills. Oh, wait.
Okay, hold up, Fate Seal does get a nice 2-man knock up here. Mamba Mentality is being focused. It's gonna most likely go down. Will go down. Collateral damage doesn't matter because you are the one who's just been damaged. Will go down as well. And oh my god, they're just slicing and dicing through him like it means nothing. Cool Blade looking to get a little bit of revenge for the abuse he took in that top lane. He did not like the feeling of it. That's the jungler down. That's the ADC and support down as well for Legion Gaming. And now it's all up to Pain and Anime Gamer if they want to make something happen. He's got to pull up some cool anime montage here, but he's not going to do it because goodbye, good night. Clear Barrage takes him out, and it's all up to Pain. Welcome to Spain without the S for the second time around because your whole team is dead, and that's Baron will go into the hands of Ragnarok.
So you asked me what they needed to do to come back into the
Not
game.
that.
That certainly was not it. That I can assure you 100% that that was not it. And it looks kind of good at the start. They hook the Serad. You would think,
Yeah.
okay, Serad is the weakest champion, right? Like he's a squishy, right? We can kill him, right? The answer is no. We
Wrong.
cannot. Yeah, and
The
the moment
saddest
that they
yeah,
don't do that,
yeah.
ouch.
The
It's
saddest thing is that he didn't even pop the barrier, dude. It's
yeah,
still up. Like
look at
that's
Flash.
he just did not care. He's like, yeah, okay, y'all, you guys do know what happens, right? And I mean, we finally get to see the Yon pick also coming into that, like, because we were
Yeah.
talking about in the draft, right? That it's really going to be Yon and Split Breed will, well, I should say, Cool Blade and Split Breed will be the two main kind of threats for the back line here of Legion Gaming. And we saw it there so well this time around with Cool Blade. Fate Sealed gets right into that back lane, is able to knock up both Mamba Mentality and Mike. Hits Ignite as well, and
He's
oh
dead.
my god, you wrong me right, picks up yet another kill. He is indeed unstoppable. Very
Oh, he
nicely
doesn't have
done.
ulti.
Jave, that was not the move. I respect the hook, the no fear mentality, but Mamba mentality goes down here as well. Mike is going to have to back off. I feel like those are one of those hooks where you kind of, when it misses, you're like, whew, thank God for that. But
Yeah.
his aim was just too good. And now Anime Gamer, no, well, never mind. I was going to say he's about to sidestep, but he just gets blown to bits.
Yeah, we want to talk about aim. Let's talk about you wrong me right. He has hit those ultimates almost a bit. Like he has missed some. He has missed some. Like everyone else, but you missed 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
He has taken every time, and he has hit and gotten the kills, and that's what matters. I really love this. Sarah pick has been so good, so
Yeah.
impactful in this game.
Absolutely. And they are going to go ahead and get that turn. And once again, so nice to see from Ragnarok. They're like, okay, whole team spawning. We're going to back off, get this last tower, get the hell out of here. Don't want to risk anything.
Yeah, the only way that they lose is if they go way too far forward and they give away some kills. So they don't need to do this. They can just retreat here. And even better, yeah, if they can do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, okay. Soul Unbound, just barely going to get out of that one along. You Wrong Me Right is going to go ahead and take him out. Take the seat, silence your phones, because down goes Mamba mentality through the curtain call. And just like that, once again, they have a
This should be game,
two-member advantage. This should be game indeed. Last Nexus turret will fall, and now it's only the Nexus standing between Ragnarok and victory. I don't know if Legion Gaming can really make anything happen. Your Pain does have that full Fury stack almost, but he's slowly losing it. Anime Gamer as well is getting taken incredibly low, and there we go. The Nexus will fall. That one final attempt, but it's too little too late. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Ragnarok take game 2.
Yeah, and what a two-game series by Ragnarok. The first one, much more dominant or much
Yeah.
more like I forgot the word that I wanted to use. Not my first language, sorry for that. But it was much more. I'm blanking on the word. Well, they put their foot down in the first game,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
that they it certainly felt much more dominant. This one, I feel like they were tested a little bit more, but
Yeah.
had the right answers most of the time. And I feel like this game shows better why Ragnarok is a good team to watch out for and why they are third in the standings. Or I feel like maybe they reached second now in the standings with this, but they're still top three. So
Yeah,
this game
absolutely.
actually shows quite a lot, and I feel like for future matches where they are forced to play against other teams, they should watch this game because I feel like this shows much better what you should prepare against the side of Ragnarok, particularly Spirit. I feel like he played so well in both games. His pathing was really nice. He tried to impact the map really correctly and didn't really deviate from his tempo. Like even though he tried to gang a couple of times, he was always trying to still keep up his farm, keep up his position in the map to try and be as impactful as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's also nice to see that Cool Blade. I feel like after kind of like that second death when he was taken out by Pain, he kind of
Yep.
realized that, you know what, he knows what his job should be, but he's just not there quite yet. And so because of that, we don't really see him taking any kind of crazy fights, doing any crazy ultimates. But instead, he was very laid back, especially when it was during that Baron take. He realized this is his chance to kind of make something happen. There's only two members right there, hits the Fate Sealed, gets Mamba mentality out of the game. And with that, he's able to kind of bring himself back into a more
Yep.
of like useful sort of point. And Split Breed, I mean, it goes without saying, the man knew what his calling was. He realized that he is going to be kind of the sole frontline engager for his team this time around. Executes it perfectly. We see him kind of baiting it's the side of Legion in half of these times as well, as we saw in that fight over at the blue buff. Right, he's like he kind of reels them in, goes around the wall, and rather than sending his team, into the front lines to kind of head on just collision course, he's like, I got you.
Yep.
Let me just get around the wall, jumps right back over it, and next thing you know, the whole side of Legion is just gone.
The benefit of movement speed, right? But yeah, like they understand their roles and they
Yeah,
execute on them, which
yeah,
is really, really important to have on a team. even if someone is not being the flashiest of carries or performing to the highest level, when you have your team to back you up, I feel like that's quite an important thing to have, especially looking into playoffs where you're going to meet teams that are much more defined, much more balanced out. I feel
Yeah.
like this is an important strength to have looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like this game, especially because I feel like first game you could almost be like, well, they just got a really good lead at the start, and so there
Yeah.
was not much that we could do. But this time around, we saw, especially Coolblade, for example, who was absolutely popping off game one, was struggling at the start. He was having a bit of a rough time. Same with the bot lane. We saw a couple of missteps coming out from Ragnarok, but overall they were able to recover. They were stumbling, but they picked themselves back up, and then ultimately they were able to win the game. And like you said, this is definitely going to be one of those games that other teams that have to face them are going to want to take a look at when it comes to
Yep.
kind of, how the side of Ragnarok plays and how you can best sort of counter them. But with
Yep.
that being said, Ragnarok, they take it to you called it once again, man. Like this guy, bro, like straight up, he's got the sauce. He's got the script at this
I'm
point.
going to
That's what I'm
imagine that
starting to
someone
think,
is
bro.
cheering for me. Yeah.
But
Perfect.
yeah, with that being said, that is going to be the 2-0 victory for Ragnarok tonight, and that is going to be the last game we have for you guys. So we hope that you enjoyed it. TDS, thanks so much once again for being here with me, brother. It was great casting
Same
with you.
here.
Yeah, absolutely. And so with that being said, thanks once again for being here. Hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed it. I know we did. Can't wait to see you guys next week.